Good evening, everyone. I would like to call the March 9th, 2023 regular meeting of the City of Moraine Council to order. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
Here.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Doherty?
Here.
Ms. Marcus?
Here.
Mr. Burchett?
Here.
Mrs. Witt?
Here.
Mayor Murphy?
Here. And now if everyone would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council has copies of the February 23rd, 2023 regular meeting minutes. Does anyone have any changes or corrections? Hearing none, the minutes are approved as submitted. We will now go into reports. Finance Committee, anything to report?
No report, thank you.
Finance Director, anything to report?
Nothing beyond the report that's in your packet.
Committee of the Whole, anything to report?
No report.
City Manager, anything to report?
I have nothing beyond the written report unless there are questions.
Law Director, anything to report?
Thank you. I have three requests to add legislation to the agenda for this evening. The first is a request to add Resolution 7924-23, which repeals a prior resolution approving purchase of a pickup truck for the street department and authorizing a different purchase for another pickup, which is available now.
So I need a motion to amend.
I'll make a motion to repeal 7924-23.
You mean to add it to the agenda?
Add it to the agenda for tonight.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Thank you. The second request is to add Resolution 7925-23 to the agenda, similar to that one you just voted on. It also repeals a prior legislation which approved a purchase of a pickup truck for the street department. They've now found another truck that they can get sooner. So we'd request that be added to the agenda, please.
I make a motion, we add Resolution 7925 to the agenda.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Final request is to add Resolution 7926-23 to the agenda. The purpose of that resolution is to remove a previously appointed member to the Charter Review Commission and to appoint somebody to replace that person and also to add an alternate.
I'll make a motion to add the resolution 7926-23 to tonight's agenda.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
That's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
I have no report tonight, so we will go into business.
Ordinance 2132-23, an ordinance certifying unpaid charges for grass mowing and weed cutting to the Montgomery County Auditor for collections with real estate taxes in the amount of $3,988.87.
This ordinance certifies unpaid charges for grass mowing and weed cutting to the Montgomery County Auditor and allows for collections with real estate taxes. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Ordinance 2133-23, an ordinance to make supplemental appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Moraine, State of Ohio, for the period January 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2023, and declaring an emergency.
This ordinance allows for supplemental appropriations regarding the purchase of defibrillators for the fire division. This is an emergency measure, so I move to suspend the rules to allow the second reading and final adoption of this ordinance.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Ordinance 2133-23, an ordinance to make supplemental appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Moraine, State of Ohio, for the period January 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2023, and declaring an emergency.
Motion to approve?
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Ms. Marcus,
Yes.
Mr. Burchett,
Yes.
Mrs. Witt,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen,
yes,
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Resolution 7921-23, a resolution declaring the items listed on the attached 2023 list to be surplus and no longer needed for municipal purposes, and authorizing the city manager to dispose of such items through GovDeals auction or donation to a nonprofit organization or through a trade-in program.
This resolution allows for disposal of no longer used items by the city through GovDeals, donation, or trade-in. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Witt,
Yes.
Mr. Burchett,
Yes.
Ms. Marcus,
Yes.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen,
yes,
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Resolution 7922-23, a resolution authorizing the city manager and/or his authorized designee to initiate membership of the City of Moraine, Ohio, in the SAVIC Buying Group to expand purchasing opportunities at a national level.
This resolution allows the city to participate in the SAVIC Buying Group in order to provide the city with more purchasing opportunities across the country. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen,
yes,
Mrs. Witt,
Yes.
Mr. Burchett,
Yes.
Ms. Marcus,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Resolution 7923-23, a resolution to repeal Resolution Number 7898-23, adopted by council on January 12, 2023, and replacing said Resolution 7898-23 with the present Resolution Number 7923-23, authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with Fuyao Glass America Incorporated Company, an Ohio corporation, to provide a 5-year economic development reimbursement grant of $750,000 to offset costs of redevelopment and improvement of facilities located at 800 Fuyao Avenue in the city of Moraine.
This resolution repeals and replaces Resolution 7898-23 to allow for minor amendments to be made to the agreement with Fuyao Glass America for the Economic Development Reimbursement Grant. Motion to approve?
Any comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen,
yes,
Ms. Marcus,
Yes.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mrs. Witt,
Yes.
Mr. Burchett,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Resolution 7924-23, a resolution repealing Resolution Number 7906-23, adopted on January 26, 2023, and further authorizing the City of Moraine to accept the proposal of Chapman Ford for purchase of one F-350 SRW 4x4 crew cab pickup truck at a state bid pricing for use by the Street Division at a price of $50,122.
This resolution repeals and replaces Resolution 7906-23 to allow for the purchase of an F-350 pickup truck from Chapman Ford for use by the Street Division. This is a budgeted item. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
yes,
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Resolution 7925-23, a resolution repealing Resolution Number 7907-23, adopted on January 26, 2023, and further authorizing the City of Moraine to accept the proposal of Chapman Ford for purchase of one 2022 F-150 4x4 Super Cab pickup truck at state bid pricing for use by the Street Division at a price of $46,000.
This resolution repeals and replaces Resolution 7907-23 to allow for the purchase of a F-150 pickup truck from Chapman Ford for use by the Street Department. This is a budgeted item. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
yes,
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Resolution 7926-23, a resolution removing previously appointed member Vanessa Montgomery Murphy to the Charter Review Commission and appointing a new replacement member to the Charter Review Commission, and further appointing an alternate member to said commission.
Do we have to insert the name then?
Yes, we need to insert the name of the person who is replacing Ms. Murphy, and then also insert the name of the person who is the alternate.
Terry
Terry Stevens.
is the regular.
Terry for the regular,
And then
Erica.
for the alternate.
This resolution removes a previously appointed member of the Charter Review Council and appoints a new replacement member, which is Terry Stevenson, I'm sorry, as well as an alternate, which would be Erica Watts. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Marcus?
Yes.
Mr. Burchett?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes,
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes. We have no persons appearing before council, or you want? So we will go into departments. Fire Department, anything to report?
No report, thank you, ma'am.
Police Department, anything to report?
No report, thank you, ma'am.
Building and Maintenance Department, anything to report?
Nothing to report, ma'am, thank you.
Street Department, anything to report?
Nothing other than just thank you for updating those resolutions.
Parks and Recreation Director, anything to report?
The only thing I got tomorrow night is goat yoga. So if you want to come out and support one of our goat yoga programs, come on out. And it's from 6 to 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So
How many of you had signed up, do you know?
18.
Wow. That's really good.
Are we allowed to come and watch? Are we allowed to come and watch?
Yeah, I think we'll shut the doors because we got a lot of people saying they're going to come by and look. But you can do a drive-by.
Okay, Community Development Director, anything to report?
I just had one thing I wanted to note, that some folks had already started inquiring about the information coming out about the visit from American Structure Point, which will mark the beginning of their data acquisition and interacting within the community as far as our comprehensive plan update. So they plan on being in town on March 30th, 31st, and they will be here for the April 1st Easter event that we'll have on Saturday, and that's one where anybody can come, participate, and interact with them a little bit. So you'll see information begin to come out, working with Aaron, the Public Information Officer, to make sure we've got some good information, and everyone will have the opportunity to interact with us. So just wanted to note that. You may see more information coming out. Thank you.
Building and Zoning Administrator, anything to report? City Manager, anything further to report?
I have no additional items, although I did make you aware that Mr. Winsler has accepted a position with Montgomery County, so I do wish Tony well. He will be missed. I've had several conversations with him, and he's been very valuable to the city over his 15 years of service. That's all that I have.
Law Director, anything further to report?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Finance Director, anything further to report?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Clerk of Council, anything to report?
I have nothing. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Miss Allen, anything to report?
Yes, I'd like to send my condolences out to the family of Ron Wells, who, a longtime Moraine resident who passed away recently, and also wish Tony Winsler well in his new position.
Miss Marcus, anything to report?
Yeah, I want to congratulate Tony Winsler on his new position. I will say that I've been in the city for close to 40 years now. There's been 3 people in that position, and he is by far the best we've ever had. So congratulations, Tony.
Miss Witt, anything to report?
The only thing I'd like to say, going to lose a good friend, and I hate to see you go, Tony. You got time to change your mind. But we do hate to see you leave.
Mr. Miller, anything to report?
Same thing, Tony. It's been great working with you and appreciate your professional service you've given to the city all these years. Good luck in your new position. And if I'm right, Fox
Sunday.
changed Sunday, don't they?
Yes.
A reminder to all the residents.
Yes,
Spring
daylight savings time is this Sunday,
Mm-hmm. 12.
the 12th. Mr. Doherty, anything to report?
Ditto on what everyone else is saying. Tony, you surely will be missed. You've done a great job in that position. You've helped me out over the years, and you'll be missed, and good luck in your future endeavors.
Mr. Burchett, anything to report?
Yes, March 2nd, I attend the monthly board meeting of the MVRPC, and Tony, gonna miss you. Good luck on your new job. All right.
My report, Tony, same thing. You've helped me a lot since I've taken over as mayor on one person in particular. And that I am going to miss you. Wish you weren't going. And I would also like to thank the Miami Valley Communications Council for broadcasting this meeting live as well as any future rebroadcast. And this regular meeting is over at 6